Hi and welcome to another Epix Systems walkthrough. Today's walkthrough is all about job messages. So we'll be covering how to add a message to a job, how to respond to a message, and how to close a message, and also how to view them on both the dashboard and on the job sheet. I'll also be covering scenarios that you might find this useful for. I'll begin by showing you how to add a message to a job, and then we'll go on to explain how to add sections that you need on the job sheet to view those messages, and also the relevant dashboard widgets so that you can view them on the dashboard. So I'll begin by showing you how to add a message to a job. I have a job lined up over here. Now at the top of the job sheet there is a blue button labelled Add Message. If we click on that, we then get the screen which we have to fill in to add the message. So for the purposes of this example today, I'll be adding a message to this job asking the person who will be doing the appointment bookings to call this resident before they do the appointment. So the message is what you want the message to read. The name, now this is the name of the logged in user, so typically yourself. I'm logged in currently as a demo user, hence this description here. The message type, this list can be completely configurable to whatever requirements you have. We have a couple of sort of examples here where we've got the complaints or compliments, or where we are logging a message for the attention of a particular person. So on this example, I'd like to log this for the attention of Ian Mellor, because he's going to be calling the resident to book the appointment. If I press continue, that will then save this message to the job sheet. Now we've saved the message to the job, the next thing we need to do is go and look for it on the job sheet. Now you've possibly noticed already that there's a tab down here for messages. So if I scroll down, we can see that we've got the message that I just added for the attention of Ian Mellor. Here's the message. That was me, and this is when I put that message onto the job. Now if you haven't got this messages section on your job sheet, it's very easy to add, and you do that by scrolling to the very bottom of the sheet and hitting the personalize button down on the bottom right. One of the items that you can personalize in or out of the job sheet is job messages. This needs to be set to open and at a sequence order of your choosing to affect whereabouts on the job sheet it's displayed. Once you've added that in and you press continue, you'll be taken back to the job sheet and this should now appear for you. So as you can see, we've now got our section here for a message. Next, I'd like to show you where you can see these messages on the dashboard, because in this example this is where the user who you've sent the message to is most likely to see it. So if I click on the home button to take us back to the dashboard, as you can see I've got a variety of dashboard widgets set up, but none of them are showing us job messages. So similar to what we did on the job sheet, we now need to add in the widgets that would be useful to see the job messages. We do this by pressing the personalize button at the bottom of the dashboard here, and then scrolling down to the relevant dashboard widgets that we want to add in. Now the two that are related to job messages are job messages by query type and job messages by who raised the query. Now you may not need both of those, you may only need one, but for the purposes of today's demo I'm going to add them both in at the top left hand side so we can see what they do. And then once we've added those, we press continue, and then to refresh the dashboard press the home button, and we should now see the two dashboard widgets appear on the top left hand side of our screen. So the simplest dashboard widget is the one that summarises the message types and then just counts them. So here we've got the one that I added for Ian Mellor and the one message, and the one below it is the same information but it's summarised by who raised the query. So this could be quite useful if you want to keep an eye on messages that you've raised with somebody else and see where they're up to, or whether or not they've had a look at them, or whether they've responded to them. So if I click on the 1 here for Ian Mellor, this will take me into the list of messages. Now I can access the job that it relates to by clicking on the job reference, or if I've got enough information already, I can go into the message by pressing View. And by clicking View, this allows me to respond to that message. So I've put a response, and if I think that that message is now closed and no more action required that relates to the original message, I can tick Close and press Continue. You may notice we're now in the job sheet, so if we scroll down to the message section in the job sheet, we can now see it's been updated. So we've got the original message, and then we've got the response here with the response that we gave and when the message was closed. Similarly, on the dashboard, if we press the home button to go back there, the second dashboard widget has got a message here that I raised, but you can see it's now appearing under the section where it has been closed. So if we click on that one there, this again will take us back into the messages report where we can see the messages that relate. So very quickly, just to recap and to demonstrate that again, I'm going to add another message to the same job, and this time we're going to add a compliment from the resident. So we press Add Message, and I shall say resident was very happy with the job and wanted to pass on their thanks. And that is a message type of a compliment, and I shall save that to the job. And this way, the next time somebody logs on and has a look on the dashboard at message types, we can see that we've got a compliment, and we can click on that and have a look, and whoever deals with customer relations or that kind of thing can then go into this message and close it down as appropriate. So that's great, thanks all. Close that message and then press Continue. If we scroll down, we can now see we've got 2 messages against this particular job, and then back on the dashboard, the first dashboard widget is no longer showing an outstanding message, and we're now at 2 messages closed here in the last week. So that's job messages. If you want to start using job messages and you would like to add any message types that don't exist in your system already, then you'll need to get in touch with us, but that's a very, very quick task and we can do that almost immediately for you. And if you have any questions about anything you've seen on this video, don't hesitate to ask.